Let's see. Okay, that's where I review whatever I review in this universe. This is my bed that I sleep in this universe. The entire place looks the exact same configuration as my universe. Must be one of those, I made one little, decision universe. Okay, let's see. Yep, I turned left instead of right on that street last week, meaning it took me longer to get home. Stupid. Oh, time to get out of here. Hey, where were you? Oh. Oh, I believe we've already met. Well, it's nice to see you again. Yes. And I believe we have a bit of a talking conversation to have. Hello and welcome to the Literary Lair. I'm Michael, and today we're going to review the second Red Dwarf book, Better Than Life. And don't worry, I'm going to get to the last two books. I found the real me's credit card. But anyway, time to look at the cover. Now this book had two covers. It had the original British cover and an American version. So the British one is a pretty cool looking picture of Rimmer on a raft in a pool, reflecting his grand fortune and money in the game. Better Than Life. The title, in a really cool Star Wars-esque opening crawl at the top, and the sequel to the internationally best-selling... Well, best-selling what? But wasn't the book called Infinity Welcomes Careful... whatever. And it says Grant Naylor at the bottom. And on that note, they have a very funny about the author page for the Grant Naylor name. It says it's a Gestalt entity. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. And in a way, for Grant Naylor, that's true. The show and the books were at its best when both were involved. The American cover of Red Dwarf, Better Than Life, has a picture of Starbuck that ironically gets destroyed in this one. Lost in space, they played a game that was better than reality. And the only drawback was that this game could really kill them. Both great covers. Now onto the book itself. It starts out after the events of the first novel where Crichton came in to try to get them out, and they decided to spend one last night in the game. But they ended up staying there a bit longer. Rimmer divorced his wife, Juanita Chicata, and now marrying a new woman. Now his brother is going to marry Juanita, but Rimmer's jealous. What a surprise. While that's going on, Lister's about to enjoy his 730th plus Christmas, because it's always Christmas in Bedford Falls. The cat's enjoying his milk moat and oiled vaporites, and Crichton is enjoying cleaning the cat's castle. Now we all know that Rimmer has massive self-loathing, right? Well, like in the episode, it starts to break the game. First, he runs off with his former wife, Juanita Chicata, and he loses his massive fortune. Then he realizes that Juanita Chicata was his brother's wife in real life, and she was French and not Spanish. Don't know why he'd make her Spanish. Whatever. And all the women that wanted him were women that rejected him in real life. Then he finds out that his new wife wasn't really his type. Silly old trout. Then he gets in a car crash and finds out that his body's getting repossessed. Because he leased his body for some reason. I don't know. So he gets put in a cell with a bunch of people. However, they're all sound waves, so they escape and his body's taken by a criminal, and the criminals force him into a woman's body. Trixie LaBouche's, to be exact. Now, she's kind of a whore. So, when they escape to get money, the two criminals force him to prostitute. So when they get killed by cops, Rimmer steals a car and heads for Bedford Falls. Lister, however, is having a fantastic time with his family, Christine Kochanski and their 2 kids, Jim and Bexley. And they can change their own nappies. Yeah, Lister found that a bit weird, too. Lister, or George Bailey as he's called in that town, takes Jim and Bexley to a toy store where they use their own money to buy a toy boat. However, the town drunk comes in and the boys give him some of their money. He's grateful. The boys get their boat and everyone has a great Christmas Eve, until Trixie LaBouche crashes her car into Bedford Falls. Rumor of self-loathing is spread to Bedford Falls. Chris and the boys leave him, and the town turns on him. After Trixie explains that she's actually Rimmer, he takes the toilet in her jail cell and pours it on her head. They go to the Cat's mansion where his Valkyries have gone on strike and decide to leave. They leave, but it turns out that they didn't leave, and the game's creator shows up and offers them another play. They refuse and leave. Now they really left the game. Now, while they were in the game, Holly was talked into performing a risky IQ-raising procedure by none other than...
Talkie Toaster, your chirpy breakfast companion.
Yep, the toaster. So he did it. Get the IQ of 12,000 and tells the toaster the secrets of life, the universe, and everything. For all you wondering what he actually said, it was 42. So Holly turned himself off to preserve the rest of his runtime. When they awaken from the game, Lister and the cat are malnourished, so Crichton puts them in medisuits that'll help them recover while Rimmer and him find out what happened to Holly. While the cat and Lister talk about the undeniable sexiness of Wilma Flintstone, Crichton and Rimmer find out that there's a planet on a collision course with Red Dwarf. That means, of course, they have to play pool with planets. While shooting the missile into the planet and saving Red Dwarf, Rimmer and Lister crash land on the planet that was heading for them, while Red Dwarf is being sucked into a black hole. Through time dilations, Rimmer gets saved and returns to Red Dwarf, and Lister is left on the icy planet for 30 years. While only a few weeks have passed back on Red Dwarf. But all is not lost. It turns out the icy planet was Garbage World, a.k.a. Earth. Lister's finally returned home. He makes friends with the giant cockroaches and builds a house. When they go back to get him, Rimmer finds an old man Lister, while Crichton and the cat find a young Lister. They find out that the other younger Lister is a polymorph, and they think they kill it. They return to Red Dwarf, where the polymorph attacks and takes Lister's fear, Rimmer's anger, Crichton's guilt, and the cat's vanity. After destroying it and getting their emotions back, it turns out Lister suffered a heart attack and dies. They have a funeral and tell Holly about it, who gives them directions to 2 things: the place where the ashes of the Red Dwarf crew are, and how to get to a backwards universe. The crew bury his body in Kochanski's ashes, and Lister returns to life and spends the next 30 years in peaceful bliss with Kochanski on backwards Earth. The crew leave him a note and tell him to meet them at a souvenir shop in Niagara Falls in 30 years. So that was Better Than Life, a great book and very faithful to the characters we all know and love. Next time we take a look at the next novel in the series, Last Human, and then eventually Backwards. So Bucko, what are you doing here? What am I doing here? I'm looking for Professor Michael, same as you. And what do you got that thing on your arm? Oh, where did I get this? Yeah, I stole it from a time agent. But how did you know? I assumed as much. That's level 17 technology. From the 23rd century. Last time I checked, your universe had neither of those. Stick your arm out here. Oh, okay. How'd you do that? How'd you do this? Well, whatever. What we should do is go back to my universe, my ship, and figure this out for ourselves. Okay, go to your universe, your ship, and we'll figure it out there. Well, let's go. Let's go. Okay, 20-0 girl, set us up for a dimensional interference. Let's go back to the ship, baby. Let's go back to the nebula. Capiche?
Of course, Maverick.
Wait, Maverick, what about me?
It's cold outside, there's no kind of atmosphere. I'm all alone, more or less. Let me fly far away from here. Far, far, far in the sun. I want to lie shipwrecked and comatose, drinking fresh mango juice. Goldfish shows, living on my toes. Far, far, far in the sun. Far, far, far in the
I can't believe she stole my vortex manipulator. Oh, okay.